When you take bath in Ganga, you are purified. The day should come when a person sees these two sinners and they feel that they are purified. That means my name is successful. Now, he is explaining to Haridas the miserable condition of these two sinners. That is why it is said, a preacher should be like a doctor. What is preaching activity? Preaching activity is the most compassionate activity. Preaching activity, if it is done out of pride or with some intentions, thinking about only oneself, not having the consideration for others, then that is not preaching activity. Preaching means having that great concern. Srila Prabhupada, the real mission. Why? Because the Prabhupada had that compassion for everyone. In that mood, he never thought about himself, his bodily difficulties. That is not the priority. If the preacher is ready to undertake all these difficulties, then he is a preacher. Sometimes your body will pain so much. You will feel that you don't want to do anything. Sometimes there will be disturbances in the house. So many challenges come. But all these challenges, Srila Prabhupada taught to his disciples, the challenges may come. What we have to learn from Srila Prabhupada? All these challenges should not reduce our compassion. If the preacher only thinks about his comfort zone, oh, I'll go, I'll preach, it is only for me. No. A preacher should undertake the bodily difficulties, ready to give up anything and everything for the sake of Krishna. Then that is preaching activity. Having the compassion, seeing the miserable condition of others. So first miserable condition is ourselves also. The other next is seeing the miserable conditions of others. So Haridas, now Chaitanya, Nityananda Prabhu is telling to Haridas, oh Haridas, just see. Eteka chintiya Prabhu Haridas prati. Bole Haridas dekha. Dohara Durgati. Just see how miserable are the people. Are these two Brahmanas born in a very wonderful family, born in a Brahmana family, but still what are they doing? They're involved in all the simple activity. Brahmana haya hena dushta vyavahar. They are in the Brahmana family, but how is their vyavahar? Just see, dushta vyavahar. Ye dohara yama ghare nahi ka nistar. So because they are involved in so much of abominable activities, they will not be able to avoid the punishment of Yamaraj. He said, when a human being gives up sinful activities and accumulates piety, then he is born in a high class Brahmana family. Even to get a wonderful Brahmana family, it requires, Krishna says, Chatur Varanyam Maya Srishtam Gunakarma Vibhagasha. Gunakarma Vibhagasha. In the previous life, he must have done such pious activity that he has got a very good, wonderful birth. And after getting this wonderful birth, what happened? He is not valuing that birth. The identification of a Brahmana is the highest identification in the world. So just see, the highest identification is the Brahmana identity. If you call yourself Brahmana, it looks nice. But at the same time, one should know what is a Brahmana qualification also. Just being born in a Brahmana community is not enough. To call oneself Brahmana, to call oneself Kshatriya, that just itself not enough. So Brahmana is respected by all and his example should be followed by everyone. Due to their sinful propensities, living entities feel proud to identify with caste other than Brahmana. But there cannot be fault in identifying oneself as a real Brahmana. So sometimes people call themselves other than Brahmanas, they take pride. Oh, I am a Kshatriya, I am a Vaishya. But Brahmana by default, they are the highest. But at the same time, he should be a real Brahman. There cannot be any fault in identifying oneself as a real Brahman. Those who commit sinful activities are awarded severe miseries by Yamaraj, who awards punishment. Particularly if in spite of being born in a Brahmana family by the influence of one's piety, and if in spite of receiving the great opportunity of obtaining proper instruction, one becomes bewildered and engages committing various offenses, he can never escape the unlimited miseries in the abode of Yamaraj. So Aho-bhagya is getting Brahmana family. More Aho-bhagya is when a person follows Brahmanical culture, even though may be born in a low community, but follows Brahmanical culture, that cannot be anything greater than this. Pranante marila toma ye yavana gane tahar o karila tumi bhala mane mane. When you were bet practically to death by the Yavanas, you thought about even their welfare. Now here Nityananda Prabhu is speaking to whom? Haridas Thakur. Now Haridas Thakur is born in a Yavana family, but he is more than a Brahman. He is the greatest Brahmana. He is the topmost Brahmana. The Qazis of Ambua province bade Thakur Sri Haridas to the point of death. We have the place where Haridas Thakur 21 street is there, where Haridas Thakur was beaten just because he's chanting the holy name of Lord. Thakur Haridas displayed tolerance. And what did he do? He thought about their welfare. Again, this is the nature of a Vaishnava. However cruel a person may be, a Vaishnava shall tolerate and think about the welfare of them. Yadi tumi shubhanu sandhana करे मन तबे से उद्धार पाय यही दुई जन. तुम्हारा संकल्प प्रभु ना करे अन्यथा आपने कहिला प्रभु यही तत्व कथा. If you think about the welfare of these two, then they will certainly be delivered. The Lord never neglects to fulfill this your desire. This truth was personally disclosed by the Lord. So very clearly it has been said, Lord is not neglecting to fulfill the desire of one who thinks about the welfare of others. So this truth has been disclosed by Lord himself to us. So you also think welfare for these two. Haridas Thakur is Nam Acharya. If he shows mercy, then a person can have the love for the holy name. Holy name is not a mechanical thing. Whatever we are doing now is just mechanical. We cannot count it in the level of pure devotional service. At the pure devotional service, at the level of Bhava Prema, Nayanam Galadashu Dharya Vadaram Gadgaduddaya Gira Pulate Nichitam Vapukada, Tava Nama Grahane Bhavishyati. So, we should not think, oh, I'm just wherever I roam, I just carry my japmala. We may do all type of ways, we may do in many ways. But again, we should understand our anarthas has not yet gone. We still have so much of anartha. Our asakti to Krishna is still not there. That is why our bhava to Krishna yet is not aroused. But anyhow, we are in the path of sadhana. Like a thief is there in the path of in the barata, the procession. The thief also can call himself a barati. So our state is like that. But we should be very happy also, satisfied also. At least Prabhupada has introduced us in this path. That little bit satisfaction should be there. But that should not be the ultimate satisfaction. Oh, yes, I am introduced, that is enough. No. Dissatisfaction in spiritual life is a sign of progress in spiritual life. I am not doing anything. Whatever I am doing is the most negligible thing. We should always compare to those who are doing so much. People have given their life to Srila Prabhupada. People have given their life in Krishna consciousness. People have spent their everything in Krishna consciousness. If you see the kings, Kulashekar Alwar, like that, there are so many great devotees who have given up everything. Even in the case of Srila Prabhupada, you can see there are so many devotees who gave up everything. They have given their life. Even if a case, if a Guru Maharaj also, you can see there are so many devotees who have given their life to Guru Maharaj. They said there is one devotee of Guru Maharaj. His name is not disclosed. No one knows about him. But Guru Maharaj, every personal expenses are done by that devotee who is unknown to many, unknown to the public. Only very, very few confidential people know who is that person who does everything for Guru Maharaj. Every sannyasi has a grahastha who helps the sannyasi. Every sannyasi has a grahastha. But that grahastha will not say, oh, how much I have to do for you. No, that is why that sannyasi and the grahastha, they were any grahastha or any exalted brahmacharis, they are always served by one grahastha who doesn't put a banner, who doesn't show any hisab kitab, that is I am doing. So there are so many who are doing so much for uplifting oneself also in devotional service and getting the chance to serve. So whenever this type of service comes, we should always take it with a very wonderful opportunity has come. That's what here Nityananda Prabhu says, this opportunity has come for us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has selected us. Let us give this welfare to everyone. Oh, Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinod has written, Gala Vastra Krutanjali Vaishnava Nikate Dante Trunakari Dan Daiva Nishkapate. Dan Daiva Nishkapate. Gala Vastra Krutanjali Vaishnava Nikate Dante Trunakari Dan Daiva Nishkapate. When without duplicity, I will approach a Vaishnava with straw between my hands, with folded hands and with a cloth hanging from my neck. I will cry and reveal to him my miserable condition. Kandiya Kandiya Janaiva, Dukha Grama, Samsara Anara Haite, Magibe Vishnama. I will beg him for the relief from this material relief. Shunya Amara Dukha Vaishnava Thakura, Amalagi Krishne Avedibena Prachura. After hearing about my miserable condition, the Vaishnava Thakur will profusely appeal to Krishna on my behalf. Vaishnavera Avedana, Krishna Dayamaya, Ye Hena Pamara, Prati Havena Sadaya. By his appeal, the most merciful Krishna will become compassionate towards this sinner. So because of our sinful activities, we are suffering. The only solution is Vaishnava Seva. The more Vaishnava Seva, the more appeal the Vaishnava does for us. That is why one should take opportunity to do Vaishnava Seva. Prabhura Prabhava Saba Dekhu ka samsara. Chaitanya Karila Hena Duira Udhar. So let the entire world see the deliverance, the influence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he is delivering these two. Yena Gaya Ajamila Uddhara Purane Sakshate Dekhuna Eba Ye Tina Bhuvane. Just as the Puranas sing about the deliverance of Ajamil, now let the three worlds directly see such pastime. So we have heard about Ajamil here. Nityananda Prabhu says. Now let us see how Lord is very compassionate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is compassionate to Jagai and Madai. The word Tribhuvana refers to the six upper planetary systems, the seven lower planetary systems, and the earth. The pastime of Jagai and Madai's deliverance at Sri Navadip Dham in this material world is not simply a spiritual narration like the topic concerning Ajamil that is recorded in the Puranas such as Srimad Bhagavatam, nor is it a past incident of this ordinary world. Rather, such activities are found even now in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, we can find this compassion even now. It is not just past, even present. Jagai Madai case is at least 500 years before, even present, just few years before. Srila Prabhupada showed compassion to everyone. Until today, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples are showing compassion to all of us. If Prabhupada would not have been there, this whole parampara would have not been going further. From Srila Prabhupada, the compassion is flowing through his disciples. Nityananda Tattva Haridasa Bale Bala Jane Paila Uddhara Joidui Jani Lena Mane. Haridas knew well the glories of Nityananda Prabhu, therefore he could understand that the two were already delivered. When he is hearing, when Haridas Thakur is hearing from Nityananda Prabhu, he could see how glorious is Nityananda Prabhu. Already he has delivered both of them. Still he is asking Haridas Thakur to deliver. Haridas Thakur perfectly knew this truth. Since Haridas Thakur acted as Namacharya in this world, he knew perfectly the truth about the original spiritual master of those who chant the holy name. So everyone's spiritual master, original spiritual master is Nityananda Prabhu, Adi Guru. While seeing the present situation, that Thakur Haridas could understand that Jagai and Madai would certainly be delivered. Now just see, seeing the world, there is compassion. We are not compassionate to our own kith and kins. We think about our own benefit, but we are not thinking about the benefit of our children, of our relatives. We try to avoid saying Hare Krishna even to the relatives. That is why it is said, first show compassion to our own relatives first. For that, one has to sincerely take up devotional service. Seeing the one taking devotional service, there will be a protest. Afterwards, first they will observe, then they will protest, and afterwards they will start following. One should just walk. हरिदास प्रभु बोले, सुना महाशय, तुम्हारा ये इच्छा से प्रभु निश्चय. Haridas Thakur said, oh Mahashaya, if this is your desire, then certainly that is a desire of Lord. Haridas said to Nityananda Prabhu, whatever you desire is fully approved by Gaura Sundar. Amare bhandao, yena pashura bhandao, amare se tumi punha ye shikhao. So Haridas Thakur says, actually you deceive me. You think that I am so exalted? Actually, I want to learn from you. You repeatedly teach me, don't deceive me. As one deceives an animal, don't cheat me. I want to learn. If you are glorifying me, actually you are cheating me. We said one should be eager to hear the scoldings from the spiritual master rather than hearing the praising words. If the spiritual master praises you, run away from that place. Because praising can be an artificial attempt also. An artificial glorification also. But scolding is always real. One can have faith in the scolding, but one cannot have faith in the praising. It can be real. It can be just to flatter, just to keep a person happy. So one faith we can have, the faith in the person who scolds us. That words have sense. But flattering words or praising words have no sense. And if we are eager to only take praisings, then there is some fault within us. And also there is another one, most advantageous thing is, if a spiritual master is scolding you, that day is the most glorious day, because he has considered you as his. You can scold your child. You cannot scold somebody's child. You cannot scold your neighbor's child. There is some sociality involved. But if your child, then you can even beat the child. The scolding of the spiritual master makes one go near to the spiritual master. So that is actually a blessing in disguise. Haridas said, my appeal to Krishna would simply teach how to demand the respect of a Vaishnava and command the Supreme Lord. But I am like an animal without discrimination between what is good and what is bad. If according to your statement, I consider myself a Vaishnava and think that the most merciful Krishna will deliver two sinners by my request, then I am no better than an animal. Yes. What powerful statement Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes. That is why when a devotee is initiated, and even aspiring for initiation, he should not miss Chaitanya Bhagavat's purpose. But this is only going to uplift us. Sometimes we think, oh, we are going to do uddhar for everyone. Then here it is said, if I consider myself a Vaishnava and think that I am going to deliver everyone, then actually I am an animal. Although I am an animal devoid of discrimination between good and bad, your act of concealing yourself from me is indicative of my animal nature. I am a living entity who has forgotten Krishna. Therefore, since you have a strong desire to engage me in the service of the Lord by reviving my constitutional position, I have many ways to learn from your activities. This is why preaching activity is not a demanding activity. It is just a desiring activity of the spiritual master. A spiritual master wants, okay, you use me as your tool. But I don't have that capacity to deliver neither myself nor others. If my spiritual master says, then the qualification is given by spiritual master and the body is utilized by the spiritual master. Who speaks is the spiritual master through the mouth of the student. This purport is the most important purport. Haridas Thakur, just see, Brahmaji, who is Namacharya, he says, I am an animal if I consider this. In between, I had a talk with Kamalachan Prabhu where I was just asking about what is the meaning of demanding and preaching. He said, there itself the fall down starts. If we think I am Guru, I am going to do uddhar for everyone, gone. This is the purpose which speaks about it. It is not I who deliver anyone. I don't have capacity. I don't have capacity to deliver myself only. What else to deliver others? That capacity is given by the spiritual master. That is why one should be surrendered. Surrender's word is not so easy to understand. Hasi Nityananda Tane Dila Alingana Attanta Komalahai Bole Navachani. Lord Nityananda smiled and embraced Haridas. He then softly spoke as follows. So what he speaks that we'll see on Monday. Any doubts? I can ask. Tomorrow we can have DC class. Tomorrow? No, I cannot. I can. Yes, I can have. We can have DC class tomorrow. Hindi Bhakti Shastri can be. No, tomorrow is tomorrow is evening Yajna at Kandivili. Tomorrow morning DC class cannot be kept. And everybody will be engaged in the Yajna Tayyari also. Okay, Medhavini Mataji? Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. I was thinking I get maximum scoldings from you. So thank you. That's one. Secondly, Mataji,
I am
Mataji,
no authority to scold.
No, you only
Scolding
told,
from the
na.
spiritual master.
Whoever you consider close, only your own child only you can scold and beat also. So I was just thinking, I'm actually blessed. I was in between. I was thinking, I'm doing Vaishnava aparad like that. But then when you're scolding me, it is blessing for me, Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, I had another query. Like you mentioned, the spiritual master has to actually, um, instruct. Only then we can preach. But Prabhupada has actually instructed everyone, right? I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada, and our gurus also, they don't give personal instructions, right? Because of the so many disciples are there, but they've given a general instruction that, Yare deke tare kahe Krishna Upadesh. So everyone has got right to preach now, Mataji. So we have to wait for instructions.
Everyone has a right to preach. True. But sitting on Vyasasana is not the adhikar of everyone. Understand it very nicely. You have the right to preach to your maidservant also. You have right to preach to your friends also. Sitting on the Vyasasana is actually told to the spiritual master. The spiritual master then, it is not told also. He recommends you do this. Jare dekho tare gaho is not that I sit on the Vyasasana on my own. No, it is approved. And I should not even think that I am delivering everyone. I cannot deliver myself only. What I will deliver others.
But Mataji, anyone who's preaching is actually by the mercy of Vyasadeva only, na?
I told you, na, Vyasa Asana is different. It is
Vyasa
not that I stand and
temple,
talk
you
to
mean?
somebody. I'm talking to somebody immediately, and I cannot demand Vyasasana. Understand it that also nicely. I cannot demand Vyasasana. I can preaching is not just even in Prabhupada movement. Even a shoekeeper also preaches. Chanting kariye. Reading the scriptures, adhikara. Explaining the scriptures. There are levels of preaching. There are levels of preaching. But compassion should be there for everyone, to everyone. Everybody should have that compassion. If I have got Krishna Prasadam, I should distribute it. If I have got holy name, I should distribute it. I'm just distributing on behalf of my spiritual master. Simple. But if I consider I am delivering everyone, there only.
Okay,
I am
understood.
not
the consciousness only should be that I'm an instrument of my spiritual master.
But the consciousness should be there.
Okay, ma'am.
I am just an instrument. I'm just an instrument. Whenever my spiritual master wants, okay. Even if I'm doing also, I am just an instrument. I am no one to deliver, neither me nor... because Haridas Thakur expresses the same thing.
Yes, Mataji. Understood, Mataji.
If I consider myself that I am delivering the whole world,
then I'm an animal.
What Prabhupada has told, ask everybody to chant. That is also preaching only, na? You enter the temple, even a one who is cooking also will ask, "Aap chalte karte ho? Harinam karte ho?" Is it not preaching? In Prabhupada movement, nobody is stopped in asking, in giving Harinam to others. Everyone is engaged, everyone. In no place you will find such type of madness. Isn't it? That is why it is Matkalika Bhava, the topmost Bhava. I am doing, others also should do.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, magar we cannot force anyone. Right, Mataji?
No forcing. You see how the devotees, they'll become friends. Kariye. Some or other. They'll say Hare Krishna. They'll not say Tola Mala Jap Karo. Hare Krishna. Yena kena prakarena. Simple understanding. Yena kena
We have to
prakarena.
be friendly with everyone, right, Mataji?
Not to such an extent that we fall down also.
Yes, Mataji.
In the mood of only friendship, Only friend, social things are happening so much. Neither we are improving nor they are improving. Better is avoid. If we have the capacity to change others, then act to be friend. We have to act to be friendly, bus.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Okay. Patitanam Pavanebhyo. Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnavabhyo ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 2 days Gyan Yajna is there. Tomorrow at Kandivali, day after tomorrow at Thane. Wherever you can take opportunity, take.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Tanat Pranam, Mataji.